Hello, hello, hello. This is LaShaunda Hoffman. I'm back on tonight. It's my Friday. It's my Friday. I'm excited to be back on. I'm so glad it is the weekend. It's the weekend. Check out my book. Check out my book. This is my first book published this year, When Women Become Business Owners. It's a cutie book too. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. I'm excited to have you here. You can get it on Amazon or Barnes & Noble. Download it. It has some great stories about being a business owner. Let's see if I can flip this around without knocking over my tripod. Hi, I'm LaShaunda Hoffman. I am excited to be here tonight. I'm doing a late pod about 10 o'clock here in St. Louis. I got a new tripod. I'm trying to see if I like it. It's kind of got me a little closer. I'm going to see if maybe I can put it a little further back. I don't know. I'm still got the big head in there. Welcome for today. I want to talk to the business owners. You know who you are, those ones who got that book in their house and they're not talking about it, not telling anybody about it. You are the person I am talking to tonight. I am a business owner and I got two books. One that's coming out in July the 27th, and this book here came out this year, June, June 10th, I think it was. I was asked to be a part of it by Ty Moody. She, hello Katie, welcome. She is an amazing writer. She writes Christian fiction, but me and Ty met in 1999, a long time ago. And she has been a really good friend online. And when she asked me to do it, I was like, I don't know. And I put it off. And then she called me and asked me again. And so I was like, okay, I'll put something in there. So I'm very glad to be a part of this amazing book about how women become business owners. I think it's like 25 stories in here, and these ladies are amazing. Each one of them have lessons that they learned about business, being a business owner. I talk about being a magazine owner, and I just so proud to be a part of this. I think that as a business owner, it's good to talk about what happens, the bad things and the good things in your business, because it's a process. It's not something that goes easy. Being a business owner is hard sometimes, and then you have some blessings with it. And so I think it's great to be able to share that. And I'm glad that Ty put this together to highlight some good business women. So if you get a chance, please download it. You can find it on Amazon, or you can order a print copy. If you want an autographed copy, contact me and I can autograph it and send it to you, you know. So as you can find this on LaShaundaHoffman.com. Come out there. Tonight I want to talk to you business owners who have books and are not promoting them. I know Hi John, welcome. I know a couple of business owners who have written books, probably a couple of them, and they're just sitting in their closet. Hi Kim, hi, and they're not promoting them, and it's not because they don't want to. I think mainly it's because they don't know how. Hey, how you doing tonight? I'm up doing a late pod, talking to the business owners who have their own books. There's a whole bunch of them out there that got books, and they're in the closet. They're not selling them, and I think a lot of them is because they don't have time sometimes. And I think that you get so excited about writing a book and telling your story that you don't know that you have to create a plan to promote the book too. You know, and then you get busy and you start doing your work again, and you go, oh, I forgot all about that book. You know, until somebody asks you, but what happened to the book, girl? What's going on with the book? And you, oh, it came out. It's okay. You know, and I know a friend, she's got like 3 books. She's a business owner, and they're amazing books. They're very good to help people, but don't nobody know about them, you know, and I think it's because she's just busy. She's busy, you know, and so if you're a busy business person like me, I'm busy, then you need to hire somebody like me, LaShaunda Hoffman, and, you know, and let them promote your books for you. I'm going to be starting next month a newsletter for nonfiction books, because I've been getting a lot of them, and I think I want to showcase them a little bit more on my site. Hi, Katie. And I think that the nonfictions need to get out there. I want, nonfiction for teaching, something for encouraging. And yesterday I hosted a book brag, and 2 of the books that were in there were nonfiction, and so they inspired me to create a new newsletter. I do newsletters for my Sormag promotions, and in the newsletters most of the time it's just different books, romances, mysteries, different things like that. Every now and then I might have a nonfiction, but I love nonfiction. I love books, so hey. But nonfiction is very good as a business owner, because most business owners, that's what they write. They're telling their stories. They're writing about their sharing their experiences. Like the book that I'm in is a nonfiction book, and it's 25 ladies talking about their business and stuff. And so that's something that I'm going to be doing. So if you're interested in promoting your book in the newsletter, let me know. You can reach me at sormag@yahoo.com, and I'll give you some more information about it. But it'll go out twice a month on Tuesdays. So the first, I want to give you 3 tips, because I know that sometimes you don't know what you need to do to get your book out there in front of the readers. And so I want to give you 3 tips tonight. And the first tip is a monthly newsletter. I know if you're a business owner, you have a monthly newsletter that you're sending out to your clients, letting them know about your products, what sales you're having, or what's going on with you and your business, right? I shouldn't even have a problem with that. And if you don't, then you need to be getting ready, getting your stuff together, and setting yourself up a monthly newsletter. Because you getting these people to your mailing list, you want to be able to talk to them, and you want to do it monthly, if nothing else. And so my co-host is trying to interrupt me.
Hi. Sorry.
And so I want you to have a monthly newsletter, and this is where you can showcase your book. You can talk about it. You can talk about it. My mind just went blank. You can showcase this. You go talk about an excerpt in it, talk about a chapter, show some, so the people know that you wrote it. Somebody might be one of your clients. Hi, Jordan. Doesn't even know you have a book. So this is a great way to put it. Do a little feature. You can do it. I do e-blast, what I call them e-blast. You can do an e-blast on it, or if you do a monthly newsletter, feature it in there and tell them about it, and make sure you put a link so they can buy a copy of it, because that's the whole point. You want to sell books, right? You want to tell them about it, but you also want to sell books. So that's something that you could do monthly. Put something there, and each month you can feature, if it's a chapter book, feature an excerpt of the chapter, or feature some quotes from it. Quotes are good. That intrigues people a lot. Put it in there. But I've had people tell me they didn't know I even written it. Yeah, because they know you, they're talking to you, and then So I got a question. This is my first. The book. I'm not a good promoter. Okay, I gotta help you then, Kim. But my book that's coming out, people didn't know I wrote. I talk about writing all the time, but they go, "You write? I didn't know you write." I write Christian fiction, and so my first book, all my friends that didn't know I'm writing, they're all excited. They want to get the book and stuff. What is it about? What's it about? And I'm like, it's about promotion. And they're looking at me like, what? You're right. I thought you wrote books, stories, so it's coming. It's a slow process, but it's coming, So let the people know that you write books so they can, support you, because sometimes they don't. And you've got some good books. I got some great books that are in the closet. So get your books out of the closet and get them on your monthly newsletter and let people know about them. Are there any business owners in here tonight? If you're a business owner, send me up a heart so I know that you're a business owner. I know we have a writer in here, so she can get some tips too. Okay, our number 2 tip is using your social media. Okay, so you got social media. You're on social media and you still haven't told them about your book. And that's sad. But nope, one of the things I get from the people in my promotion group is that, I don't want to overwhelm them with promoting my books. But like I told them, when you're on social media, everybody's on there at different times. And so you get some morning people, you might get some afternoon people, you get some people about 10 o'clock now, and then you get some late people that might be up at 3 o'clock. And so because of the way social media is made, they're only going to get in when they're in. And so if you're not saying anything on those times that they're in, they never know. And so people, I tell my people to put it on there, put it in the morning, then come back, hi, good morning, good afternoon, it's evening, it's all out there bad, it's Friday. I tell them to put their stuff out there, 3 or 4 times. You don't have to use the same post. That's the good thing about social media. Try something different each time. So my suggestion to you is to create 3 posts. Three different posts that you can post at different times of the day, and put it on your Facebook. If you're on Facebook, put maybe do this is what I do. I do at 6 o'clock in the morning because it's a morning crew. I get 12 o'clock because there's an afternoon crew, and then I do at 6 o'clock for those people getting off of work. That's 3 posts, 3 different posts. You put it in there. Don't do that. Talking about your book. And you're getting a different crowd of people each time. And you're not overwhelming those people who's on there all the time. Because there's some people that's on social media all the time. But they'll see it. You want to get in front of them. I was just reading the other day to say you need to get in front of people 7 times before they buy from you. That's a lot of time. A lot of time on, trying to get in front of somebody to convince them to buy something. So if you just doing 3 times, that's nothing. So you got to pick it up a little bit more. So if you're on Facebook, I always feel like I'm bugging people. I got to be better at that. No, you're not bugging people. And I told one of my clients the other day that they signed, especially if you're sending it to your mailing list, they signed up to hear from you. And so when you're not sending them nothing, they're going on to the next person. I was just telling somebody about one of my authors that I love, and she stopped doing her newsletter. So I get 50 million books. And so if you're not in front of me, my mind gone. I'm a mom. My mind is gone. And so I didn't realize she had 4. I missed 4 of her books. I was happy I got 4 books I can go buy, and I can read, suck them up. But I felt bad because I wasn't on top of her books. But I got 20, 30, 40 million new people I'm meeting. I'm trying to read their books, and then my old authors that I love for 10 to 15 years, I'm trying to, and I was like, oh man, I missed it. She got 4 books, and I felt bad about it. But I think, but you know what? What happened to her newsletter? She used to send a monthly newsletter, and she stopped. And so I found out that she got somebody else to start doing it again for her because she wasn't doing it. Somebody else was doing it. And so I was like, yay. And so now I know her books are coming out. I can put it on my little calendar and, get my books. But, what if I hadn't looked her up? I just looked her up because I'm like, I haven't heard from her in a while. It's been a while. What's going on with her? And come to find out, she had wrote some books, And so if you sit back thinking you overwhelming your readers, they done moved on to a new author. You don't want that. You don't want that. And then that's, it's just so many authors to, I won't say compete because I think that for me, I think that there's a niche of readers for you. Everybody has their group of readers. So you want to keep your group of readers is what I want to say. You don't want them going somewhere else, And so create these 3, create some posts. And if you're a busy person like me, get Hootsuite, the Buffer app, and schedule them. That's what I do. I schedule I do a lot of promotion. So I schedule the promotion. I schedule my stuff, and then sometimes I get on there if I have some free time, then I'll post it myself, and so, if you want some more interaction, when you're just posting something, when you're posting little quotes and stuff like that, you don't expect any interaction, but you want them to share. And that's how you know it's working, because they're sharing. This week I shared, I've been on Twitter a lot this week, trying to get my engagement back up on that, because I wasn't really engaging on Twitter. I'm a Facebook lady, and so I was like, you know what? I was on Twitter before Facebook, and I love Twitter. It was fun, but you have to be right there. And by me having such a busy schedule, I don't really have time to be right there anymore. And that's what I like about Facebook. You can come back later and check it out. And so I said this week that I was going to make it a habit to stop and talk to somebody on Twitter. That was the challenge I gave to my promotion group, to talk to 2 people each day on Twitter. That's not too hard. And so that's what I did. And what I did was I chose the people that are on Periscope to communicate with. I went to a couple of people's scopes, and if I enjoyed it, and I sent them a message and said, hey, I like the scope. I enjoyed it. I got some, new things out of it. And then I sent it to them. And the best part about it is that, they responded. So that was cool. I was like, yay, they responded, or they retweeted it. So that was cool. That was engagement, and that's what I wanted. And so, when somebody, especially if somebody's talking about your book, you've got a book you're talking about, and you send out a tweet and they go, hey, I didn't know you wrote a book. You respond back to that. Don't let it go past you. Even if it's 2 days later and you see it in your feed, you go back and respond. Because I do that sometimes. I'll see something later and I go, oh, man. But I want them to know that I'm not just blindly posting and not responding, because that's not engaging. You can be 2 days late, but they just want to know that you're engaging. Yes, respond to everybody. I tell people that all the time. That's the whole point of being on any social media, and talking to people. And if you're not, then why are you on there? I post stuff all the time and people send messages back, thank you for this book recommendation, and I go, oh, you're welcome, and come back and tell me about it. What's it like? What, if it's something that I've read, and I might go back and forth with you talking about it, but I love that about social media is being able to meet new people and talk to people. And I have having the hardest time convincing my writers to come over on this side. That's why I'm glad to see you here, Kim, because you're trying something new, and like you said, you need to promote. Now you don't really have to do too much promoting, because all you got to do is say, hey, I'm Kim and I write. Now they're engaging with you. They love what you're saying on you got some great scopes, so they're gonna go check you out on their own. You don't have to sell. And that's what I tell my writers, my clients, is you don't have to sell anything. They just want to know that you're a human being, you're sweetie pie, and and you appreciate your readers. You don't want your readers thinking that all you want from them is your money. I want your money. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to say nothing about you. I don't want to engage with you. I just want your money. Yeah, right. They ain't buying nothing from you. They gonna keep it moving. They're like, that rude little person. Goodbye. Yeah, they do want to know you're approachable. I was telling somebody about, if you're not an approachable person, don't do live things, because it comes off, believe me. If you uncomfortable, I wanted to do video. Video scared the crap out of me. I'm just telling the truth. It scared me because I'm behind the scenes. I do podcasts. I'm a voice. I'm behind the scene. I got this little baby face. I got a baby voice, and it took me a while to get used to the baby voice. But that's me. It's just me. And so when I got on Periscope, made me come out of my shell, because I just said, well, it's me. This is what I look like. I wear glasses. I twist my hair. I look like I'm 15 some days. Some days, if I put a little lipstick on, I look all right. Well, it's baby sometimes. When I get excited, I go to Mimi. But I thought, people don't know who Sormeg looks like. They know of Sormeg, but they don't know what I look like. And I think that really makes a big difference when you're building trust. Who is this person? I tell people that all the time when they do Facebook and they don't have a picture of themselves. People want to know what you look like, and they want to know what you look like now, not 20 years ago. Because I had some people I met and I go, ooh, when did you take that picture? And I'm sure I'm not the only one thinking that. You took pictures 50 million years ago because you don't want nobody to know what you look like now. Hey, I got the grays up in here, and I'm honest. I'm 48. I think I look good for 48, but hey, I'm proud of the gray now. If I wasn't at first, it took me a while to get used to it, because the gray went crazy when I went natural. It was like the natural said, hey, let's go all the way. And I'm getting used to it, but, every now and then I got to go get my black and put it in there because I can't handle it. But, you are cool. And it's just, I think that a lot of people forget that people want to see what you look like. You can't be on here. My friend, she wanted to do Periscope, but she didn't want to show her face. And I'm like, then you don't want to do Periscope. And she's like, I could just talk. I say, then you just do podcasts, because that's talking, and you can do that. Periscope, people want to see what you look like. They want to talk to you. They want to engage. They want to feel like I'm having a conversation with you. When I learned that about Periscope, I got a little more comfortable. And see, I'm talking to you, Kim, so that's how I feel like. I'm just talking to Kim. I'm cool. I'm all right with it. You know, but when you on here, and she wanted to just sell her book, and I was like, that's not what it's about. You know, it's not about selling your book. You know, you have to get on here, and you just got to show your face and say, hey, how you doing? How's it going? How is your week? This has been a crazy week. Today I was in training all day. I've had a rough day because I did not get on social media too much, and I was having withdrawals. I was like, oh, I didn't get in my promotion group at all today. They probably thought I lost my mind. I'm sorry, people. I had to work. But, you know, hey, you got to make the money. So, but, and I was like, oh, my gosh. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do my Periscope today. I did a Periscope last night, and I said, I'm going to do a Periscope today, too, because I'm trying to do a little better. I'm thinking about doing every day, but I just haven't gotten up to what I want to talk about all the time. But, okay, I think I talked about number 1, which was monthly newsletters. I go on a tangent, so you have to excuse me. Number 2 is to do social media, create you some posts for social media. And then the third one is to come to my book brag. I'm going to do book brags on Thursdays at 8 o'clock. And so you can come in and talk about your book and showcase your book, tell us about the book, give us a blurb about the book. And that's a way to promote yourself, promote your book, you know, and let people know about it. Yesterday I did one. We had 3 people that came in and they talked about their books, and we got some great books. And so I think that that you have to get out there. And so I think a lot of people that are on Periscope right now are the business people. And so I'm going to talk to you guys because I can't get my fiction people to come over here. So I'm going to talk to you these business writers, and let you know that you can promote your book too. Do not write books and keep them in the closet, or only sell them at conferences when you go to conferences. You can sell your books every day. You can sell a book every day. You know, that's your goal. I'm going to sell a book every day. Because if you're selling ebooks, they can download it right then and there. You know, and so you want to get your books out there to people. Yes, that is weird to me, but you know why, Kim? They don't want to try something new. You know, they say you got to be on social media. Well, I'm on Facebook. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on Pinterest. I'm on other thing. But my thing is to me is you have to try something new if you're not selling. If you're selling, if your books is hotcakes, do you. But if you are having issues, if your books are in your closet collecting dust, you need to try something new. And this is new. This is the hot stuff to do. And you meet so much amazing people. Everybody on here, I'm sure, reads a book. Because they are amazing people, and that's what they do. You know, they read business books to get better in their business. They're reading fiction to get into another fantasy life. You know, and you're missing out on all these hundreds of... I met somebody in Scotland. Somebody came on last night that was in Paris. That's my dream city. I want to go there one day. Paris, you know, I'm in St. Louis. Right. So, you know, I'm going to keep on plugging it because I tell them that they're going to want to get on when it's too full and you can't get on. And then it's too late, you know, and you missed the boat. So, you know, I remember when Facebook came out, I was like, I'm not getting on it. But I had a really good friend, Dee Stewart, bless her heart. She died a couple of years ago, and she was my social media queen. Whenever she did something, I tried. She would convince me to try. You know, I was on MySpace at that time, and so I was like, I'm not doing Facebook. But she liked Twitter. You met Dee? I never had the pleasure of meeting her face to face. We talked on the phone and everything. Oh, but she was on Twitter, and she said, get on Twitter, LaShaunda. Come on Twitter. Come do some Twitter chats with me. And so she convinced me to do Twitter, and I really had a great time with Twitter. I had just got a little smartphone, so I thought I was big time. I'm on Twitter. I remember my mom telling me we were at a dinner. She's like, what are you doing? It is rude to be on your phone. But I had just learned how to do Twitter, so I was being rude, but it was fun, you know, talking to people talking back to me. It was just amazing. And so I was like, yeah, I'm talking to people. I was talking to celebrities. That was what freaking me out. You know, people would follow me that were celebrities. I was like, oh my God, Timothy Hutton just followed me, Mama. She like, girl, turn that phone off. I'm like, okay, yes, me. I'm gonna turn the phone off, you know. But so when she got on Facebook, I was like, oh, it cannot beat Twitter. Nothing gonna beat Twitter. It's fantastic. I'm getting on people. I'm talking to people. It's fantastic. So when I got on Facebook, I didn't have no friends. So that's how come it was horrible, because I had probably 5 people, and I was like, this is it. This sucks. I'm like, staying on here. She kept like, give it a chance. You got to build your people up. You get your feed going, you know. And I was like, oh, okay. Now I'm hooked. I can't get off Facebook. I have no life. So that's social media is my life, okay? So, you know, I got on there. And when I decided to do this book, I said, I got to meet a whole new crew of people. How can I do that without leaving my house, you know, right now? Since I didn't have that in my promotion budget. And so I was like, oh, I got to go somewhere, try different things. And I thought maybe it might have been Pinterest or Instagram. And I have people talk about Instagram all the time. I haven't figured out how to get my pictures to be able to upload it there. And people say they have to be on your phone. So that's the thing that me and Instagram have issues with, because I don't have a lot of pictures on my phone, and I have to load them on the phone to do that. But somebody told me if I put them in Dropbox, then I can do it. So that's what I've been working on, putting them in Dropbox. And so I'm gonna try Instagram next month. That's gonna be my project. But this came up. Have not been good at Pinterest. Pinterest, I think of Pinterest as a billboard. I got on Pinterest by Ty Moody. She told me that Pinterest would be great for Sormag to promote the books. Just go up there, create a page, and promote the books that I promote. I was like, oh, okay. So that's what I did. I went on there. I was on there. I'm doing the books. I got 20 people sign up for my following me while I'm setting up my page. I was like, wow. I hadn't sent nothing out, but I guess Pinterest, once you sign up, it tells your friends who you're on there. And I was like, wow. And so that's how I look at it. It's like a billboard. It's you just put your stuff up there and people just come by and visit it. People make money from it. I haven't figured that one out yet. And when somebody know how to do that, please contact me and show me so I can make me some money. But I have not figured that one out. But I love Pinterest. You can get lost on there for 2 days and still be looking at pictures. You say I'm active on Instagram and it seems boring now. They get hip to Periscope. Will be veterans. Yep, exactly. I like Instagram too, but I create a lot of graphics, so I think that's probably work like that. But I don't do a lot of picture taking too much, and so that's what I thought Instagram was about. So, and that's the thing that you have as a writer. You have to go and investigate. Go ask questions. Go find out. Talk to people who are on there and see if it's something that you want to do. Like Pinterest, I would have never thought about it until Ty told me about it. And because I've been on there a couple of times, I'm like, woo, you can get lost on here. But I didn't know how I could use it for promotion, because I hadn't seen anybody on there doing it with books per se. Most of the stuff was people selling stuff, craft, writing tips and stuff like that. And when she showed me that, I was like, oh, okay. And so I always try to pass that on to other people, is that, each place has something that you can use to do something else. With me, I came on here, I'm always trying to figure out what I can do with books. And so I was like, hey, they do the pass to cast. I seen your pass to cast, Kim. And so I was trying to convince the writers to do that we pass the cast. And if it's just 5 of us, that's 5 of us to talk about a different book each week, and I couldn't convince the writers to come over. I think 2 of my friends came over, and it looked like it was fun. And what they don't understand is once you get in here and you start engaging with people and talking to people, then that makes it even more fun. And you feel like you've done something, for the evening. You get out smiling, yay, that was fun, And I think that people haven't, the ones that don't come in here, and you have to come in here and check Periscope out. And that's what I did. I came in for a week to check it out because my friend, Candace introduced me back to it, and I looked at it, and she did a great scope, and I was like, ooh, okay. And I was like, ooh, I can't get in front of the camera. I'm a nervous wreck. And so I didn't want to do it, but I started looking at people and listening to them, and they sharing their stories and stuff. And I'm like, hey, I got stuff to say. I can say different things. I can talk about promotion. That's my thing, promotion. And so I'm like, why not? And I didn't get upset about building my following because I wanted to be grassroots, as they call it. I wanted to build slowly, and I'm up there. I'm surprised at how many people I have. I'm like, oh my God, I'm almost up to 200 people, and that's just, I've only been really scoping 2 weeks, so that's amazing to me. I don't get a whole bunch of people in here, but it's because my niche is kind of small. So that's why I say I need to find who I need to talk to on here, and I figured it out. It's the business people. I need to talk to the business people versus the writers, because the writers aren't on here, and that's okay. They will come. And if not, then I met a whole crew of new people, to introduce promotion too, and that's fine too, because you can use promotion for everything. You don't have to be writing books. You can all the tips that I offer can be used for a business, because I'm a business. I wasn't selling books. I'm selling books to people. So yeah. So it's not that bad. It's not that hard. You just have to try something different, and you have to take time to look. And so what I did was, everybody that offered tips on periscoping, they did scoping on here. I looked at they stuff. What did I have to do? What did I do wrong? And I learned that I need to talk to the camera instead of talking at the camera. I was like, oh, okay, all right. Then I need a nice tripod. The tripod I had, it was landscape, and so that's a no. You want to be vertical, And so I was like, okay, I'm learning these things. I picked the wrong name. My name is LaShaunda, and my handle is Sormag. I didn't even think about that. I thought I was going to be able to change it, and you can't. But I'm okay with that, because Sormag is still me, and Sormag is shorter than LaShaunda. So people can spell that quicker than they can spell LaShaunda. So I'm okay with Sormag. You can call me Sormag. I've been called that for 15 years now, so that's all right. But it's different things like that, that I've learned from other people, and it's just been amazing. I've been in different groups. I joined 2 groups. The Perry, I heard you can change your name now. Oh, really? Okay. Well, it says Sormag LaShaunda, so I'm cool with that. That's all right. I'm not going to try to mess it up and and be stuck somewhere else. But I joined the Black Scopes, and then I joined Perry Girl Scopes, and then another Periscopes Mastery, and those groups are amazing. I've learned a bunch of stuff from all 3 of them, and so I'm just getting out there, and I'm getting in front of different people, and that's what you're supposed to do when you're promoting. You're supposed to meet new people. On Facebook, it's my same crew, that I brought from probably MySpace. They came with me to Facebook, my readers or whatever. And now I'm building up a whole new readership, and I think that's what people are missing out on, is that you can build up a whole new readership at over here, and hopefully they'll see the benefits of coming to Periscope. I was listening to a scoper, and she was talking about that Al Roker was looking at scoping with his company that he has, and that they are looking at people who are scoping what they're doing and how they're branding themselves and stuff. And so what he's doing is doing the top 100 scopers, and you don't have to have a big following. It's just about how engaged the people are with you on your scope, So you're like, hey, you could be a number 10 or number 15. You don't never know, but introduce you to more people. A lot of people aren't. They said only like 10% of Twitter people are scoping, so and Twitter is a lot of people, so that's just it's gonna blow up, and then when it does, just like Twitter did, just like Facebook did, so I just hope the people get a chance to get on here before it does, So I didn't went on a tangent. Yeah, interesting. It is. I like new things. I think that. I went to doing podcasts because I used to do an online radio show, and I didn't want to do a radio show again because it's too much of a commitment you have to do. I did one. Mine was on Tuesdays, and it was just too much. And so when I heard about podcasting, I was like, that's right up my alley, because you could podcast when you want. And I've been on a hiatus because I was writing the book, so I'm almost done. I'm done with the book, and so I'm like, I got to start doing my podcast again. And then I started doing scoping, and I'm like, am I going to do podcasts here or just scoping? So I've been praying on it, trying to figure out which one I want to do, or can I do both of them and not be overwhelmed. And that's one thing you have to remember when you're writing and promoting, is not to overwhelm yourself, because you'll stop and then you won't do either one of them, and you don't want to stop writing, and you definitely don't want to stop promoting. They go hand in hand. You have to do that. You know, I tell my clients all the time, meet one reader a day. That's all I ask you to do. Go meet a new reader each day. And most of the time, you're probably going to meet more than that. But if you meet one, you know, you're on Facebook, talk to somebody, one reader. Just talk to her. Say, hey, how you doing? What's going on? You'd be shocked. I remember the first time, I always talk about Beverly Jenkins. She's one of my favorite authors. But I always love how somebody new will stop in her group. They just signed up, and she'll go, hey, how you doing? And they freak out. Beverly Jenkins just talked to me. The Beverly Jenkins just talked to me. Was that the real Beverly Jenkins, or this the person hosting her group? And she goes, it's the real Beverly. And I go, wow. And that's how it has to be. You want your reader to be going, oh my God, she's talking to me. You know, I guess because writers have always been like my rock stars, and so, you know, to be friends with my favorite writers is amazing to me. And so that I want that for when I do have readers, I want them to feel like that too. You know, like, hey, LaShaunda's cool. She's down to earth. You know, and hey, I love her. You know, and I think that sometimes writers get so caught up in themselves they forget about how it feels to be a reader. Oh, thank you. See you later. I done ran my mouth, so I did all my 3 tips. So I'm gonna be getting off in a minute too. I tried to do like 30 minutes and get on up out of here. Thank you so much for the hearts. It was great talking to you, Kim. We have to get together. You are in St. Louis. We gotta, you know, have some lunch together or something. And I have to definitely invite you to my writers group. They would love to talk to you. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna send you a message so we can get together and have some lunch, and you can meet my writers group. You have a great evening. All right, I done went on a tangent running my mouth as always. So I'm going to give you the 3 tips again. All right. And so you can get ready. If you are a business owner who is not promoting your book, these are 3 tips that you can do to promote your book. 1, feature your book in your monthly newsletter. Let your clients know that you have a book and what it's about and how they can buy it. Number 2, if you're on social media, promote your book on social media. Send out some posts. Schedule 3 posts each day to go out to your Facebook, your Twitter, your LinkedIn, your Instagram, if you're on Instagram. You know, and if you're on Periscope, it's a little tidbit. Do a scope about your book. Let people know that you've got a book, so they can support you. And number 3, come into the book brag next Thursday. I want to see everybody in the book brag next Thursday. Come on down and promote your books and shout out some books for us. We had 3, so let's see if we can get 6 next time. All right? Now, this is LaShaunda Hoffman. I am on LaShaundaHoffman.com. You can find me at soarmag.com. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me here on the Periscope. I am here to help you promote your book. So if you don't have time to promote your books, contact me and we can create a plan to help you get your books out there in front of readers. Do not put your books in the closet. They're about you need to get those books in front of readers. You need to let them know that the book exists so they can buy. That's enough. We're talking about streams of income, and you are wasting your money. Got your money sitting up in the closet. Bring it on out the closet so you can make you some money. Let me help you so we both can make some money, because hey, that's how I work. So this is LaShaunda Hoffman. I am hoping you have a great weekend, and if I'm in a good mood, I might be back tomorrow. If not, then you have a blessed weekend, and I will see you Monday for more promotion tips. Let's see if there's some crazy stuff. Hold on. And don't forget to go get this copy, When Women Become Business Owners. Download it or get your autographed copy today.
Double tap.
Okay, I always do this. Can't never get out of here.
Swipe down.
There you go. Bye.